This is heavy.
All right, so we were here with the guys from Good Neighbor Body Art. So we're missing one of your compadres.
Yep, we're missing Paul this evening. I was about to say he is watching his kiddos.
So and then Zach, obviously.
And we got our new guy, Dre.
Oh yeah, y'all do have a new guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we had to hire a new guy after we got shut down for COVID, like the lockdown, all that stuff. And when we like opened back up, like we just had too much to do, so we had to hire another guy.
Really?
Like
seems like
take over.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Not a problem I thought we would have coming back from a very terrible 2.5 months of not doing anything.
Dude,
But yeah. So he's been there about 6 months or so.
Yeah, since
like
we've been open back.
Yeah.
I was about to say all of my appointments that were during COVID all got pushed back. So it just put me at behind the 8 ball since we've opened back.
Okay.
I'm always telling somebody, I'm sorry you've had to wait this long.
That's crazy. I guess that's kind of a, I don't hear many people hiring, during the COVID thing, especially when everything was closed down. But like, I feel like every episode we've been talking about COVID, but it's just, that's what
it's 2020
life
baby.
we're in. But so during that time, what were you guys, I mean, obviously you couldn't tattoo. So what does a tattoo artist do during a shutdown like that?
Luckily, we had all kind of stockpiled paintings and and different. To be honest with you, we did have a Friday the 13th event right before all of this, so it gave us like
a little bit of a cushion,
the tiniest of a cushion of at least bills are paid.
Right.
The lights are staying on.
Yeah.
They ain't turning our cable off. Our phone will still ring.
And then while we were shut down, Steve over at New Republic helped us out a ton. He's in there with Faith and everything.
Okay.
And he was making shirts for the shop.
Communities.
And then all the profits from the shirts were coming back to us, so we could keep all the bills paid while we were shut
That's
down.
pretty badass. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Steve's
New
the man.
Republic paid
That was awesome.
our power bill.
He saved our ass. But then it was like once we opened back up though, we haven't stopped.
Well, that's cool, man. Any of those shirts left?
Yeah,
I'm sure you can get it. I was going to say they did a
I'm sure he has
web
the
store
file, but
he keeps the screens of all of them.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty much like
we can always get more.
Get it then or no.
Dude.
But we've never done that. We've never reprinted an image. It's always just been new every time.
Just the Wilson sticker.
You're right.
That's the only thing that we've ever done twice.
So going back to you guys started Good Neighbor Body Art. Let's take it back to how did the shop come about, and how did you guys first start working together?
Yeah,
man,
that's pretty interesting.
All right, so we're gonna.
I'm the last one in, so
I know.
Out of me, you and Paul.
It was Wicked Ways opened in like 2008, 2009, and then I started there in 2010, like at the most bottom level of sweeping the floor, cleaning the bathroom, answering phones. I didn't know how to price anything. It was me ripping it off the wall, saying, and then sticking it in Big J's face and saying,
Big J,
"Hey,
how
this
much?"
dude wants it. This dude wants it on his chest about this big. He's got $200. You know what I mean?
Were you doing tattoos at that time?
No.
So
that's not how it happened.
That's because I don't know. It's like if I want to get into tattooing,
you start sweeping floors.
You just start sweeping floors,
no,
and I mean, how does that work?
First of all, don't.
It was.
It's a hard process doing it the right way.
Yeah. I genuinely lucked out, and I was 19 years old and lived at my parents' house and got. I'm sorry.
There you go.
And got my first semester of college classes, and I got a job there sweeping the floors the same day. And I made it a whole 3 semesters. And then by then, I was like fixing people's travel and doing kanjis and like.
Do you remember the first time you like actually tattooed somebody? I mean, I guess it's so foreign to me. Like
a couple of them are on Ryan,
like just on your buddies and stuff. Now, are you doing this at home? I mean, do you buy your own? Like, if I want to get into tattooing, do I just buy a gun?
It was all out of the shop.
Yeah, but everything's hid from you. You
learn as you go.
Yeah. You get a machine when you're deemed ready to get a machine. Until then, you're tattooing with dude stuff,
borrowing your stuff, or
so, hey man, just let me do like a smiley face, and then
hey dog, you using that machine over there? Let me get that thing.
That's cool.
But I was at the very bottom level, and then started tattooing, and I started tattooing you, and then Paul was at Cloud 9 working the counter.
Yeah, working counter, kind of apprenticing and all that.
Were you working at Wicked Ways?
I was working.
What were you doing?
No,
I was a stonemason for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loved it.
I remember picking you up to come to work from the stonemason job.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having to pick you up
from
randomly
Homewood.
in Homewood.
Yeah.
And then
we're
we
working
would
on that
go
church
to
in Homewood.
Yeah, and then we would go to work.
And then, I'd come in there at that point. Yeah, I met Jay over to Buddy's house. He had a motorcycle at the time, and I was working on motorcycles.
Which is, oh, man. Because that puts like the Kevin Camp and then Joey connection.
There you go.
To where
we'll get into that.
Yeah, okay.
It was pretty much Jay needed some stuff done on his bike, and it was like, you were just kind of small talk, and it was like, oh, you tattoo?
Yeah.
What's up? I'll work on your bike. You give me a tattoo, you know? Like, I'm cheap, broke skateboarder punk kid sleeping in a shed on the 11th place.
Dang.
And so it was like, hell yeah, I can tattoos. Like, what's up? You know? And then
I was just like, they bought me a $150 Kawasaki out of the Thrifty Nickel, like that free magazine, and it was like just a roached out worst piece of crap motorcycle. It was a KZ600.
Yeah.
And Garrett hardtailed it.
Was terrible.
Yeah, Garrett hardtailed it at camps, I do believe. You know, like, and then.
But yeah, so at this point, you're tattooing.
Well, when were you and Paul living together during all that?
No, not yet.
Because you were working at the bar whenever I was tattooing you. You was working at base camp.
Late night, checking IDs, just letting everybody in. Just letting everybody in.
Yeah. The bar next door.
It was the only place I could walk to from my apartment. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything, you know?
Dang.
And so, I'm doing that. Then
Paul,
through all that, Paul hits me up. I was friends with his brother, Josh. He was a bartender down at Electra and everything. Paul hits me up. He needs a place to crash and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, dude, I got an extra bedroom in my apartment. Cool. And during this time, he's an apprentice at
Cloud 9.
Yeah, Cloud 9.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he's just sitting around drawing all the time, you know, all this. One day it's just like, yeah, let me see some paper, let me see some pen, you know, and like, so I'm just start drawing and everything. And then still getting tattooed by you.
And I'm coming to y'all's apartment, and I'm watching. Ryan's drawing all over this crappy apartment's walls.
This apartment was like $200 a month, something like that, right by the police station.
Just drawing on the wall.
Oh yeah, I didn't care. What deposit?
Oh man, oh, that's funny.
So yeah, that's going on, and then I'm starting to hang out after work at Wicked Ways, hanging out with Jay, and then it's like, hey Ryan, go sweep that up. Hey, go take this trash, and it's just
and it's all that's happening before you go check IDs.
Yeah. Any spare second I had, I was at the tattoo shop. Like me and Jay hit it off, so it was like, yeah, I'm just down there hanging out. And
where is Wicked Ways? Is it still around?
It's
where
Stay Gold
is in 5 Points.
1022 20th Street South.
That's where we were.
And if you could do 1022 in military time, it is 2222, which is our Highland address.
Whoa.
Another fun little factoid, my kid was projected to be born on August 22nd, and he came on the 23rd.
22 is Jay's number.
We're on 23rd Street.
I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah, there's something going on here. Something.
So you're tattooing at Wicked Ways, or you're not tattooing, you're sweeping the floor.
And then,
at this point, he started to tattoo.
Tattooing
A couple folks, a couple walk-ins, like
Ryan,
like script names.
Andy,
me, his brother.
Kanji,
okay.
Fixing dudes, like real gray leveled tribal. And then they would be like, hey, I can charge you $250 for this, or we can get Baby J to do it for $150. He had never done it before.
And And guys are
No
like,
idea.
roll the why not? Yeah, sure.
Again, once
Extra
again, they're
$100.
already
How bad can it be? Come on.
absolutely.
Right.
Sweet. All
I'm
right.
still fixing
What's the
those.
worst that could happen?
Really?
Not be black enough. You know what I mean? And then boss man comes in, says Jay did a really bad job, and then has to fix what I did. You know?
Really?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, there's,
Dude.
without naming certain things, like we both learned under the same guy, just different times.
Okay.
No nonsense guy. Real fun, cool guy, all that stuff. But like,
He took it seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And you make him mad
he
enough,
just-
he's gonna
you
he's gonna
listen to
dot your
what-
eye,
yeah,
or
yeah.
he's gonna make you
You
clean
get
the
to-
sidewalk with a
yeah.
toothbrush
Yeah.
with 3 bristles.
Are you serious?
Real talk.
I-
Oh, my
Absolutely.
On 20th Street, like right there in between, like the Chinese restaurant to like where base camp was.
Yeah.
I've cleaned the grout and the sidewalk on my hands and knees with like a.
With a toothbrush.
Out there building character.
No,
but
it wasn't even the toothbrush.
Absolutely.
It was the head of the toothbrush, and then
Yeah,
it
they
had,
broke.
like, little
He broke the
tall
handle
bristles.
off, so it's just
That's
the
a
head of the
very-
toothbrush.
And then
Yeah.
they
Is
burnt
that
it
like-
with a lighter? So yeah, just
Is that like your punishment for
I think
doing
I was
bad
like
tattoo?
45 minutes late for work.
No,
Okay.
dang.
I think I remember it being
Boot
like
camp.
20 something degrees and being late, and they was like, all right, well, you got to hang out there an hour now. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You remember earlier when I said you don't want a tattoo? You got to do stuff like that.
Dude, that's wild. So when did you ever start working at Wicked Ways?
So
or-
yes,
I remember.
you were there. I don't think. Yeah, Paul hadn't started there yet. Paul was
Yeah.
tattooing out in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And so the guy who taught Jay, we ended up getting along pretty well, and all this stuff. He's the one who had me like slowly but surely like sweeping to answering phones, doing paperwork,
He's always
all
like
that
as
stuff.
soon as one apprentice got done, then he would have another, then he would have another, and then whenever somebody would finish their way through, there was the next person in line.
Yeah.
And
That's if you make it through.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of people
Right.
that did not make it
No,
through.
not at all.
because- Before me and in
Because-
between
yeah,
us,
yeah.
and probably will be after us.
I'd say
you know what
he's
I
a
mean?
tough
There's
dude.
Dudes that just
Um,
won't make it.
but yes, slowly but surely, I've kind of weaseled my way in,
Okay.
And the old owner, he had some kook of a friend come by and tattoo out of there, and it was just slop. Like that dude sucked. And finally got to the point where me, you, and Paul are all telling our old boss, like, yo, like, get rid of this dude. Like, I didn't even technically work there. Like, yo, this dude's a clown. Like, get him out.
He wasn't vibing, huh?
Nah. So that dude's like packing up his machines and his colors and all this stuff. And I'm right behind him in the same room with him with cleaning supplies, just cleaning his shit up. And I'm like, this is mine.
Okay.
I'm tattooing out of this room. Like, I didn't ask to be hired. I didn't do nothing. It was just like, this is my
Assert
room.
your dominance.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Okay.
And it's similar to how I
And-
got my room. Of
Well, my dominance very quickly got shut down by
Oh,
Paul.
yeah.
Paul had the smallest room.
Okay.
And here I am walking in and just like, this is my
Oh,
room. Paul's
yeah.
like, oh, cute. Thanks for cleaning it.
Shit.
He got that room. So then I had to go back and clean Paul's tiny room and start tattooing out of there.
So just to make sure I'm clear, so you got a job there first. You follow closely behind him.
Paul was up there.
Or Paul was there first.
Yeah,
Okay.
Paul
but he had
hired
already been
between
tattooing
us.
somewhere else.
I got you.
Yes.
So after, what was the transition between Wicked Ways to starting Good People? Or Good Neighbor?
Good Neighbor.
Yeah. Good People. Beer.
Long and short of it, me, Jay, and Paul were there. We ended up hiring a guy as a piercer.
Yep.
He ended up bringing in an apprentice who turned out to be Zach, who still works with us.
Right.
But all of this was with. There's a dude that has his name on the lease and everything, but it's like we made those hires. We decided he was around.
Yeah, we
us.
bought the supplies.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
paid the bills. We
We're
did everything in that
already
shop. The owner would
doing
show up every week or two, hold out his hand for his money, then brag to us about all the cars he bought, all the houses he's remodeled and blah blah this and that.
Well, at the end of it, there was 4 of us that worked there. He needed 4 classic cars. We each bought him a car
And remodeled his kitchen.
and a remodeled his kitchen.
And he's not tattooing or doing
No,
the day I quit, he showed up because he had to pay. He came by to do something, but it was like his 28th day.
We'll
he had
get
gone with like it was like this many days without an accident. It was like
It
this
was-
many days without our boss. You
Yeah.
know what I
Really?
mean?
Yeah,
he
it's coming
showed
up on
the
a month.
28th
Yeah.
day
Damn.
And so
of September.
right before then, we had asked. We were usually when you're tattooing under a boss or whatever, you make a percentage.
Right.
Like, so whatever I charge you $200 for a tattoo, I get 100 of it. Boss gets the other 100. All right. So like I said, we've been running the shop for almost a year, by ourselves.
But it was like that. He would just show up and be like,
just
"All right,
randomly
man,
show
your
up,
money's
like-
in the envelope."
He'd
You know what I mean?
show up and
Like-
complain. Yeah, he'd show up and complain that he has
And
to
he'd
get a
bring
dealer
paper
license.
towels. You know what I mean? He'd show up with paper towels. It's like,
Rarely.
Yeah. Well, we had to tail him.
Yeah.
You know?
But it got to the point where we all had kind of asked for a bump in pay, like not much at all, like a very just nice bump.
Also, Paul's already had a kid. You have a kid on the way, or had you already had your kid by the time we quit?
I don't remember.
It's right there.
Time's
at
not my thing.
Okay.
It. It's right there at it.
But it got
'Cause
to
there
a
was something
point
in the
where,
water.
yeah, you're right. But we just couldn't get on the same page with our boss. He thought we were way out of line asking for a raise and all this stuff and blah blah, and it just kind of went south. So Jay and Paul had started looking for a place probably about 6 months before we left.
Ooh, I got a good story on that one. Do y'all know where the Sauls is in Southside?
Yeah.
Okay, like where that is, and there's it used to be like a vape store, like in the
Like
corner.
Fat Sam's and
yeah,
everything.
Fat Sam's
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right
Everybody
there.
knows Fat
There
Sam's.
used to be like a vape store, and the vape store went out of business. So I called that place to ask them, like, hey, you know what I mean? If you'll lease to a vape store, you'll lease to me, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But this lady full blown says on the phone, we sure don't want to rent to a tattoo shop. We just don't like. Have y'all seen those tall, creepy guys that stand out there on 20th Street and smoke cigarettes all day? And I just don't have the heart to tell her that I'm that.
You're
tall
that guy.
that was smoking cigarettes on 20th Street, trying to
man.
lease a building from her. And I was just like, oh, well, thank you for your time. And then, like,
Damn.
kept on calling. Yeah, on to
Creepy
the next
dude.
one.
Yeah, we're not
But
listening
it's
to guys
just
like
like
that.
she described me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah.
Dude,
But they
harsh.
y'all end up finding the place on Highland that we were at for close to 3 years, something like that. The Western Shopping Center.
Yeah, we wrote a
Yeah,
full
yeah,
3-year
yeah.
lease.
Yeah, and ended up finding that spot, and right before we all pack our shit and go, we've got the plans drawn out, at Wicked Ways, they're just laying out.
Yeah,
Randy would come in
I did
and
the
just
first Good
walk
Neighbor
around.
logo, for the first round of T-shirts and Wicked Ways.
Yeah, we just
wow.
leave that stuff laying around, and he wouldn't even notice. That's
Well, he's never there,
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, we do all that. Leaving was, I don't know if we want to get into all that.
Well, I can tell you, we had a tattoo convention at the very first of October. So we all quit, and then me and Paul went to this tattoo convention, and then came back and opened up Good Neighbor on Highland. We absolutely treated it we went down, did this thing.
We threw all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So we're just like, okay, October 1st, we're walking.
Yeah,
we're
quitting
done.
our jobs. Been there. Yeah, it's I'd been there from the very lowest to the.
You were like the
lowest
senior guy.
physical.
Like-
to the dude that had been there the longest. By the end of it.
Yeah.
And then
Jay,
y'all formed a pact, and we're like, we're gonna go
Jay
start our
was
own thing.
the star student there. So it was Jay could do no wrong.
Absolutely. That we kind of talked about that
And
later.
then-
It was to where
yeah.
I'd only been tattooing for maybe 1-2 years, and my boss never thought I did a bad tattoo
Well, that's cool.
in the history. No, it's not cool, man. You need
He should have been
Iron
telling
sharpens
him,
iron, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah, yeah.
And
Pushing you.
True,
to
yeah,
be
I was gonna
better.
say I feel like our new guy fucking hates me because me and Paul getting his crap
Crack the whip.
It's not crack the whip.
it's how we were taught.
Yeah, it is. Man, you really do want a friend critiquing you over someone that doesn't like you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I have had that. I have handed my portfolio over to people that I know don't really like me. Chewed me apart over it. But You know what I mean? That stuff makes you better.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
So how did he take the news when y'all told him y'all were leaving?
Oh, he was big mad.
Well, his whole shop is closing down.
Well, according to him, nobody came to the shop for us anyway. It was his shop. They only come there for him and all that. Yeah.
Well, and that's you know what I mean. That was
the kind of attitude
was the
we were left
friction
with.
that caused us to want to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if we'd have hung out and gotten raises for doing good jobs, and
we'd probably still be there.
You know what I mean? And we're watching peers. You know what I mean? Getting Christmas bonuses and
like we started bringing in guest artists over there, like all sorts of stuff, all sorts of cool stuff. But he didn't appreciate it, so we bailed.
On to bigger, newer things. Yeah. And also we get we quit in October, and then get in, and then I have a positive pregnancy test looking at me in December.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like.
So what did it take?
Merry Christmas.
Work. We have to make this work. I just quit my job.
Yeah, there wasn't an option. There wasn't an option.
Yeah.
So how did y'all fund this endeavor? Y'all just pull your money, or you take out a loan? I mean, what do you do? I mean.
Oh, yeah, nobody was giving us money. We had to save all that. Digging through couch cushions at the homie's house,
Just collecting furniture or whatever we could do. Yeah.
Just hustle. We saved up all our pennies. We were able to get that place. Got everything moved in. Health inspector came by. Mm-hmm. Did his job.
Gave us
hit the open.
Gave y'all the check and then boom,
hit the open sign. And the very first week we were open, we had homies from Canada come down and guest spot. So that was rad.
we just got cleared to tattoo 3 people tattooing, and then that next week we had 6 people tattooing.
Yeah, we had 6 people in this a room no bigger than
it was a shotgun house.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. And how long were you guys at that location?
Just over 3 years.
3 years.
Just over 3 years. Okay.
That was the spot,
dude.
It was a city.
It was one of those you didn't realize how good it was until you were gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
I always dug the spot. I always thought it was really cool. We had the grocery store right there.
Yeah.
My kid learned to walk up that hallway.
Yeah,
really.
Dude.
Dang.
We had Christmas photos with our families there. Man, it was cool. It was
history
super cool.
there.
Yeah,
It was a rad shop. I like the way y'all decorated it all and everything. It looked really cool.
And that's what with the new location that I hope that we try and bring that
bring it back. Yeah,
you know what I mean. I love where we are currently, but we as a group don't do well with individual rooms, or I personally don't. I don't know how about you. I think you like your.
I like being able to fart in my room.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I can't. I'm too much of a social person to be able to handle just me and the client in a room. There has to be I want store music playing instead of my own.
Oh god, yeah, we do all play different music at blaring all at the same time right now.
There's a thing to that, and it's also the same thing in AP and Newman's of just man, if everybody's digging the song, you can kind of tell, you know what I mean? If everybody's digging it, and then it's if everyone's not digging it, then we all can cut up and laugh and talk shit about it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean?
What's new, pussycat?
We would play the craziest stuff just to try and
to annoy somebody.
To annoy everything. Every song was targeted. You know what I mean?
But Highland was rad. It was super cool. We got to meet a lot of really good people over there.
And we got to genuinely grow. All of our tattoos got better.
Yeah,
we had to have our own environment.
So what was your clientele before going to that new location?
Walk-ins. We'd have a couple regulars.
Well, then that's
nothing crazy. But then, once we got into Highland,
our own regulars to where that. Well, then that's the other part of it. It's motherfucker, they're here coming from me. They're coming in saying, "Hey, where's Paul? Hey, where's Jay?"
I mean? When we were on Highland, we were all able to kind of build our own clientele, which is super rad. They're all awesome. A few of them have been on here.
There's a couple of guys that have made every move with us, and we have just taken everybody on a little tour at 5 points. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Definitely.
Well, I've seen that you guys regularly attend the Space City Expo. Do that, or I guess that was you doing that. I've seen that once a year that would pop up.
Yeah, listen, him and Paul. I did 2, maybe 3 years of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is that?
It's always a good time.
Tattoo convention.
Just
the guy that puts it on, we met in Huntsville, and it wasn't his show. We were all there under like this traveling band of a thing of like just trying to, you know what I mean? It was from people that weren't from there putting on a show there, and
you and Paul had hit up a couple conventions around that time too.
And absolutely, that was
y'all
all
kind of
like
traveled
during
around a little
2014,
bit.
We hit it hard of like if
Southeast
there was
type
a
stuff.
tattoo convention from like the farthest we went was like
Galveston?
New Orleans and Galveston, Texas, like the Dolphin Island of Texas. Like, it's like it is nowhere. But,
so is it just tattoo artists that are going to these conventions, or do you have people
it's
like
like
me that come in there and it's like, I'm going to go find my
Absolutely.
tattoo artist?
no,
at
it's
this
gonna
it's
be-
pretty much
yeah.
you walk in and like
buy tickets and
all
go
the
hang out or something?
different.
yeah, pretty much.
Whenever
It's
you
like
come to
go
Good
pick your
Neighbor-
poison. Just go walk around. Like if you're not a tattooer, you pay to get in. You walk around. If you see somebody doing some cool shit you like, you're like, yo, dog, you got time?
And it's
then,
folks from all over that
Yeah.
you may not like. If you come into Good Neighbor, you kind of already got an idea of what the tattoo's going to look like, because all of our, you know what I mean? Like, we're genuinely like a traditional tattoo shop.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's what you're going to get out of good. If you're going to get a Good Neighbor tattoo, I'm going to have a good guess of what it's going to look like.
Right.
But there are other shops that aren't like that, that it's just like, there's a dude that only does black and gray, period. Like, does not own or buy color. Like, and only does like people's faces.
yeah. I mean,
Specialized,
little-
yeah, and I've
little
seen
niche
that. Yeah.
type people. Yeah,
It's like you
And
just
see
attached
all
to
those
that.
facets of it.
Right.
And I love it. I think it's awesome.
So you guys all kind of
on the Huntsville show is a black and gray realistic guy,
Okay.
Shaquem, and we actually met him in New Orleans where he didn't have a booth, and me and Paul got stuck with a jumbo booth, and we let him tattoo out of our booth in New Orleans, and then that's how we've been going to Huntsville every year ever since then.
Well, that's cool. I haven't heard of any other. I guess I'm just not in the know as far as the other conventions and stuff. But following you guys,
That's
yeah.
about the only one that happens in Alabama.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
There's a couple pop up here and there, but that's the only one that's been consistent, I believe, over the past like 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope he does. Like we did one in February before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I would
That's right, I
love to
forgot,
see
yeah.
it in February this year. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably
dude,
not as big a turnout. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I don't think it's going to be as big.
God,
a
health
turnout.
If they even do it at all,
already-
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Health department's
we
already a
may not even
nightmare,
see
like, on those
February
situations.
of 21. You know.
So you guys are on Highland, and things are going good. And you guys were
Oh,
there
it's
for
great.
about 3 years
Yeah.
or so. And it seemed to me like the last couple of times I came up there, obviously we lost Western, and then it seemed like some of the other stores there started jumping ship.
Yeah, what?
Well, yeah.
What was the
They
deal
were
with all that?
decay?
under us too.
Yeah, like basically we were told that a bunch of investors came in, as they do, especially right now in Birmingham, a lot of growth.
Yeah.
A bunch of investors got together, decided they wanted to swing their money around. They bought up the 2 lots behind us, behind the Western Shopping Center, and they bought up the Western Shopping Center. Said they were going to bulldoze everything, small shops on bottom, condos on top, that whole nine. And so we were like, all right, let's just go ahead and pull the Band-Aid. Like, just get it over with. Let's go find a new spot.
Mm-hmm.
So ended up finding this cool little spot in the middle of Glen Iris.
That I would drive past on my way home, because I lived in Southside and would drive through Glen Iris and then past that storefront on the way to Highland every day, and I would pass it on
It was,
the way back.
kind of like right by like a block and a half over from Southside Market.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of people that live over there know that spot.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the spot. We Jay hit up Birmingham.
I had 2
The city of Birmingham.
younger guys, you know what I mean, like around close to, I would guess close to my age, say, yeah, man, you're all good. You're good to go. I don't see anything
Like
wrong.
city inspectors
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something?
Yeah,
The
zoning and all
It's
that.
the
Yeah.
zoning board of it.
All
Have
the,
y'all signed a lease at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
we've
well,
all-
after we had talked to Birmingham, and they said
after
you're
I
good.
got the verbal okay
Cool.
from that guy.
So you're like, boom, you pull the trigger on the lease,
Yeah,
you got a new
absolutely.
spot, you're getting out of the
Absolutely.
you're
Yeah.
getting out of the
I got a place to move all our stuff.
right.
Yeah.
And you guys weren't booted from the Highland location. Y'all just y'all did that on your own. Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
we're just gonna go ahead and go.
Yeah,
'cause
just get it over
I guess
with.
y'all saw it coming.
Yeah,
that
yeah, it
they
was-
weren't
it
going
was-
to renew your lease.
Yeah, I was gonna say Western's gone.
Yeah, we had a really good rapport with our
Hot
landlord and
Hot's
everything.
Okay,
And like he was
okay.
super cool. Like we all talked all the time. Like he was a really rad dude. But yeah, he kind of gave us a heads up and all that. So we're like, hey, do we sit around, finish everything out, finish our lease out, or we just go ahead and boogie. So we boogied. After getting him to like
After we scraped our window, like it was just like
Creighton Tynes Signs did our window.
Okay.
Hand painted, gold leaf.
Yeah, that was
the whole
awesome,
nine.
man. It looked awesome.
yeah.
Dude.
He got his picture in the paper over it. I
Dude.
mean, like it was nice.
Not cheap.
It was not
cheap. Very cool though.
at all. So
So we're scraping windows, all this.
So y'all ready to move to the
Yeah.
Glen Iris location?
So
okay.
Windows already painted over there. We had Josh McDowell do it.
Do another painting on that.
We had a homie from
North Carolina.
it's not Asheville, Hendersonville.
Yeah.
Come down. Drove all the way down, hand painted the new windows, new doors, all this stuff at the Glen Iris spot.
Did a guest spot at the Highland place because we're getting ahead of this. We got our shit together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're on the,
at this
we're on
present
top of
point. We feel like we're on top.
We're killing it. We're absolutely killing it. And so we get all our stuff moved in. We're starting to frame up the bathroom. The place had no hot water, so we were having to like wizard some hot water in there and all that. This and that. We pretty much had to hang the drywall around the bathroom and paint. That was it. That's all we had.
Y'all
left.
ready to open the
All
door?
our stuff's already in there.
Yeah, all our stuff's in there. All that. And so Jay goes down to get our business license. And they're like, yeah, I don't think that zoning's right, y'all.
Oh, no. Oh, my
Glad
God.
it was Jay that was down there.
So there's the picture of the
Yeah,
center
trying.
right there.
Yeah, sent in the middle.
Down below that next photo. Right there.
Yeah, there's that sign.
Yeah, man.
Creighton's very first gold leaf.
Yeah.
And fade, I believe, in the 3D. Yeah, he killed it.
So, okay.
But yeah, during that whole time, too, we're kind of in it with a house that's right next to the shop we're wanting to open in Glen Iris. It's like right next door to the shop.
She didn't like the idea of a tattoo shop. She thought it was going to like
It's a tall, skinny guy smoking cigarettes outside all day, you know?
So she had voiced that before you guys knew that the zoning was wrong?
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all were just
we
like,
were-
it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
She's doing all that to the landlord.
yeah.
We just,
We're back and forth with this
Landlord
lady the whole
doesn't
time,
care.
but we're like, whatever. We got our blinders on, you know? We're
Yeah.
just like, yo,
we
we're
weren't
moving
committed.
in. We're
we
yeah.
scraped the glass off this other place, and
we've already painted the new one, you know?
Painted the new one, new keys, paid rent. This is ours.
Yeah.
And then you go to the
But
go
they
to
won't
get your
give us a
business
license.
They hate
Oh
us.
my gosh, man. So what did you do?
Yeah.
So we're scrambling.
So we start tattooing in Irondale.
and hit up our good friend Joey Henson at Tradition Tattoo in Irondale, and it is our
He's there.
purgatory, I guess is what you would
Yeah,
call it. You know what
he's-
I mean?
He had room
That's
for
our
you guys?
space.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
got a good sized shop over there in Irondale, right across the street from Hamburger Heavens to get a burger, get a tattoo. Don't forget the milkshake.
That's right.
So yeah, he's over there. He's got a good sized shop.
Oh, yeah. It
I mean,
fits all
it fit all of us. And he only had one guy working with him at the time. I think Jay had hit him up. He's like, "Hey man, can I do some tattoos out of here while we figure something out?" And Paul's like, "Hey man, can I tattoo out of here?" It was just like.
Because
I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, dog, we just coming." He's like, "Yeah, bring it on," and all that. So we're out there for like 3 months, something like that.
Meanwhile, the other place is paid for. It's like storage.
Jeff's just holding our stuff.
Yeah, we ended up getting some of our money back as far as like rent went. He
Just signed
gave
a,
us all our
a
rent
year.
back.
Okay.
He gave us all the rent that we paid to him back, but
all the material,
all the
every-
we're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we-
we can only return so much stuff to Lowe's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
pull the nails out of that
Pull the
2x4.
drywall back down.
I remember I had this nice ass lights I was putting outside and everything. It would have been great.
Oh, yeah, I
we were
forgot
talking
about
about
those.
doing a
Yeah.
fucking dog water bowl, a little treat, and a little baggy
Just for,
thing.
because we're right in the middle of the
Southside.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the
So it's like
biggest
anybody
thing
walking by, like,
in,
here,
like,
give your
the,
dog some treats, all that.
in the neighborhood, like Facebook thing.
Just
was
trying to be a
like,
good neighbor.
People need to quit fucking shitting in my yard. Like, and like it was always just the worst. And I was like, we're gonna put like a little like dog do bag station, a water thing,
Yeah,
a treat
like-
dispenser.
Tried to be a good
Like,
neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely. Like stuff that I think
Trying to
that
live the
area
name.
needs anyway, regardless if I do it or not. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Did you guys try to fight the
It was-
zoning?
it is,
I mean, was there anything you
it
could
is
do?
a $1,200 application to find that out, and you have to go in front of 2 different committees that can vote you down
And then you got,
after the $1,200.
yeah. So you
And
can
you
just,
can only apply every 6 months.
What was it before? Do
it
y'all
was
know?
a printing company.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there's a
it's
difference
always
between
been-
a business and a company, because businesses, or what was it? I don't remember the exact terminology, but the businesses that were in there before didn't have people coming in and out like we would
And they
have
weren't
with
close
customers.
contact services like what we were doing.
Um,
There once was a church there, and I think that's what really did us
that's
in,
what it was.
Was that it was a church at one time, so it had
Yeah,
to
it's like-
change zoning
Dude,
to
it
become
wasn't-
a church. It's not 900 square foot. I
It
swear
was
as
800
big as this basement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It was 800 square feet for
Yeah.
that spot. It was not big, but it fit us, and we were going to save money.
and it was cheap, and I could
And-
walk to work.
Yeah.
I was
Dude.
trying to live the dream. You know what
But,
I mean? Like I thought
yeah,
I could
no,
stop
remember
at
it-
Southside Market and
was-
then just I would be able to walk my kid to work. You know what I mean? Like he would be able to go
No.
see dad on his you know what I
Little
mean?
walk.
Whenever mom got like it was the dream.
Man, that just sounds so crushing.
Yeah. Well, another really cool thing about it was that like nobody in Birmingham's really done that. Like you go to Atlanta, there's several shops that are just kind of like thrown in the middle of a neighborhood. It's super
Same thing
rad.
with Nashville.
Really?
It's so rad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been tattooed in Nashville. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a cool vibe, man. It's super cool. Like you're sitting there, like getting tattooed. Next door, there's a deli or something, you know, and like just right in the middle of a neighborhood. It's just random. It is super cool. So we're like, hell yeah, we're gonna do that in Birmingham. It'd be rad.
That would have been rad, man. Sorry.
Would have, but
Bringing the devil to town.
yeah,
You
pretty
can't
pretty
have that.
much. Yeah, I forgot about that. But it was pretty much the church that was in there before. Turns out they were like a
It
cult
was
and
it was
just
a
disappeared
cult.
out of there one day.
And, like, did.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll
Weird
drink the
stuff.
Kool-Aid.
But yeah, pretty much they messed up the zoning for us. But yeah, this and that. So anyways,
Well,
wherever.
that's how that you know what I mean. That's how that like angry lady got her way was because she was able to, you know what I mean. So y'all aren't allowed to be here.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So morale is low, I would think. Yeah.
The lowest.
You guys are tattooing out of your buddy's shop.
So
in
yeah,
Irondale.
at this point we're all out in Irondale, just kind of.
A little bit of flashback. I got my first room tattooing ever because Joey got fired from Wicked Ways,
So the guy we're going to work
and
with.
now I'm going to go work for Joey.
For him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh man, small world.
Yeah.
What's up,
crazy.
dog? Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So my
throwing y'all
like,
bone.
I got that dude tattooed. I got his face tattooed on my leg.
Okay.
Like that's the level.
That's
of
a
like,
thank you.
Yeah. yeah.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
Well, yeah, so we're out there for a minute and we're looking and looking and looking, and everywhere you call, we might as well have been like
I called everywhere.
the mafia.
If you go up 20th Street and then like go from like Zydeco down to I mean, I was calling stuff down on.
Oh, yeah.
But we're you know what I mean. We stay in 5 Points. We're
trying to stay around the same area,
Right.
You know what
more
I
or
mean?
less. Trying to stay on the south side.
And what was it? Just not availability, or the fact that you're a tattoo
tattoo
shop?
shop.
told no.
Reputation.
Tattoo shop.
We just
Associated
blatantly
with
just got
their
told
tattoo
no.
shop?
Tattoo shop.
No, we don't want a tattoo.
The shop
here.
we had on Highland, we were originally
Laughing
told no because of the affiliation we had with Wicked Ways and the old owner who he was affiliated with. Some motorcycle rapscallions and all this. Our landlord on Highland ran into his brother at a bar, and his brother was like, "Nah, they ain't like that." And he was like, "Okay, tell him to send in another application." We sent in another
So
application.
it just
He's like,
completely
"Cool."
changed.
Yeah.
Our landlord sees Andy Mitchell in a bar, and then
That's your older
that's how
brother,
I'm
younger
able-
brother?
Yeah, my little brother.
Little brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know why I did
And,
that. I love Andy.
But did they know, like whoever the owner of the building was, did they
But-
know it was going to be a tattoo shop?
The Glen Iris place,
Yeah.
Glen Iris,
Iris knew
we
were
told
gonna
everybody
tattoo
what
it.
we were wanting to
But
do.
I guess he's not up to speed on like zoning.
Well,
and stuff,
he
or-
just
Yeah, he didn't.
he's like, money, cool.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he didn't know anything. He already
He-
rented it to a church. He didn't know that
He-
they went and got his own building
After-
rezoned to be a church.
Okay,
He
okay,
didn't know
okay.
none of that.
I don't remember the
Yeah.
exact terminology, but after the main owner of that company had passed away, it had got kind of sectioned out, and he was taking over some of that. So he didn't really.
So he didn't really know. I got you.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. I mean,
Yeah,
I ain't got
he
nothing
gave
against
us all our
him.
rent back. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
that's
I mean?
cool.
We're-
That's
we're
fair.
on as best of terms as
Yeah.
we could be out of
Yeah.
the. You know what I mean? We had to scrape another wrinkled piece of glass.
God, dude. Y'all didn't even do a single tattoo out of that shop.
No.
No.
Not
Man.
even like homie shit under the radar. Like, yeah, we had to scrape several thousands of dollars worth of window
And
paint
driving to
in
Irondale,
that
I
week.
still had to pass it every day. And
Man.
pass it
Middle
on the
finger
way
out the
home.
window.
Yeah. I'd lay on my horn at like 1 a.m. to that lady. Like,
So
But
you're-
anyways, yeah.
So you're in Irondale.
We're in Irondale.
for-
We're looking. I think it was Paul and Zach They're kind of walking around.
Absolutely. We're driving, looking for something.
Just looking for something.
Looking for phone numbers to call.
And Zach and Paul got their hands cupped on the window, looking into this one spot, and this older cat's pretty much like, "Can I help y'all?" He's like, "We're trying to find a new spot for our shop. What do y'all want to do?" "Tattoo shop." "Cool. I like tattoo shops. They pay rent." So there we are at our current location.
Yep.
23rd Magnolia.
Which used
The
to be
man he's
Faith.
talking about.
Dude,
Yes.
that's such a history there, man.
If you know Birmingham, that corner is so iconic. You had Faith. You had Cave 9.
I was going to say,
Cave 9 right across the street.
Yeah, right across the street.
Yeah.
So there's so many people that came to that corner of like from like 95 to now of like that have a story of being
that
there,
corner.
Oh yeah, dude! I remember skateboarding there
Cave
and
9
going there, and
going into either one of the tattoo
a lot of Cave 9 shows.
And so we ended up in Arrowchild's old building,
Right.
which was originally the Inkwell,
which Joey Henson opened.
Y'all just can't get away from Joey.
It's not a bad thing. It's
not a bad thing. Okay.
We like Joey. But yeah, it was crazy. So we end up down there, and it was almost surreal. It's like, oh my god, I'm back on 23rd and Mag, like,
dude.
And
Peter came and got tattooed by Ryan this last Friday the 13th, and I blatantly looked at. I was like, I'm getting some weird, crazy, nostalgic feeling.
Yeah,
looking at you right now out here. You know what I mean?
Peter's on the corner of 23rd and Mag. Take a picture.
Yeah, he's a time traveler. You
Yeah.
can't, like line up a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so Arrowchild is now Sanctum,
Yes.
which is right down the street.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, with Justin and Aaron and all those cats.
And you guys are still there at the Magnolia location?
Yes.
Okay.
Until
Here we go.
How's that been?
Here we go again.
Yeah.
So we meet with the landlord, and we're pretty straight up with him. You know, we're like, hey, we're trying to find like a forever home. Like, we're not. It's like, dude, we've been tossed all around Southside. Like, people buying up shit, people not knowing their zoning. We got a real quick lesson and all that.
Yeah. Well, and it's a real, real sentiment of like, if you'll lease, an entrepreneurship of like, if the landlord will lease to you, then he'll just sell you the whole thing.
Right. So we're in there.
There's a number. You know what I mean? Like, then that's what I think a lot of like the redevelopment places look at. Like, oh man, this place is leasing to tattoo shops. They'll sell.
Yeah.
They just go in and buy it up.
Yeah.
And then they'll redevelop it.
So we're, like this with the landlord, me, Paul, Jay, landlord, and we're signing stuff. But it was like, yo, we're trying to find like our forever home. He's like, oh yeah, man, I ain't selling stuff, because we knew they were redeveloping, the projects and all that stuff. So we were trying to get in early.
Absolutely. I've
Right.
been going to all the
and-
merchant meetings, trying to, show face that, hey,
Right. Yeah.
lease to me.
Yeah.
Lease to me. Yeah. I
So-
can be leased too.
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, like, we're trying to be here. Like, we're tired of moving. We just want to sit. And he's like, oh yeah, I ain't selling nothing. You're gonna be dealing with my son before too long. This and that, blah blah blah.
Well, and he has a right. I mean, he's been there. I mean, he leased to Joey in '95. You know what I mean?
So he's the original. He's been there for.
Yeah,
as long as-
he owns all four corners right there.
Really? Okay.
He has a shotgun houses across the street. Yeah, does that whole intersection is his.
The
But
shotgun houses, man. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that like a tobacco shop,
well, one
smoke
was a
shop,
head
or
shop,
something?
and then I always forget the guy's name, but there was a guy when Faith was over there that lived in one of those houses.
Yes.
And he'd always be outside cutting his grass with his like.
I feel like one of my
Hanging out,
friends went
you
over
know?
there and was like talking to the dude, or went in the house, and he had like cats and stuff or something.
Dude, there's still cats under that
Yeah,
house.
yeah. Man,
But,
that was a long
Oh
time
yeah,
ago. It's
dude!
crazy.
No, like, the best corner in Birmingham forever
Well,
for like
that's
our
what I'm saying.
generation. It was so rad.
Everybody's- Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, 6 months in. Hey guys, I sold the building. Tight. Good job, dude.
It's like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Where he
we're like,
says,
no
"Cat,
way.
run
Yeah,
by."
we're like,
this
no
can't be
way.
You swore, man. You said you were going to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So after we got through cussing and yelling and screaming and all that fun
When
stuff.
did you guys get this phone call?
Like 6 months
6
after we
months
signed
in?
the lease.
6 months
Yeah,
after the lease.
and we've only been there a little over a year.
Yeah.
So we're like 6 months into this place. He's like, yeah, he finally gave us.
We don't even have all our stuff hung up.
No, we
Still
quit.
in boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just quit hanging. Like,
We got time.
Yeah,
we'll be here forever.
And now we just
the
quit
store now.
shit.
You're like, man, that's a lot of stuff. Man, we have like twice as much.
Dude,
stuff.
y'all have no idea. Dude. You come into our shop and you look around like you're like, yo, there's a lot of stuff. No. But so yeah, I don't even know how much to talk about any of this, but like basically we got to be out in less than 30 days.
Dude.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
God,
You're
man.
right. I know. I guess we should. I knew. You know what I mean? I guess
We have,
we're not hiding it, but we hadn't.
yeah, I mean, obviously we got to go.
Man, I didn't realize it was that.
broadcasting.
Yeah. So basically, we had some friends reach out to us, and wanted us to come open up the shop, like in their building that they already have. So we're trying to finish out that last little bit of that, just make sure everything's ironed and.
Yes, sir. Give me a kahaba.
And I think before we really say anything too much, we're just gonna make sure everything's all right.
But you got something in the works.
But we do have
that'll
something in the
work out,
works.
yeah.
It's right down the road from where we are. It's not far at all. We can kind of tell you Lakeview.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but we're gonna be like right off that main drag. So hopefully we don't have too many issues with.
But we've already looked it up. You can already be zoned there. We're already
Okay.
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
your first step.
Like, yeah.
What's the zone?
We have the best checklist now.
yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Dude,
but yeah,
so
so yeah, we do have to move here soon.
Again.
Yeah, again.
You guys got to like write a book or something.
Yeah.
It's just a traveling
Little coffee
van.
Yeah. But hopefully, hopefully, I mean, everything looks good with all that. But, just before anything's signed, I don't want to say too much. But,
Well, best of luck with all that.
Yeah,
man.
it's
I know
cool.
that's
Thank you.
I think it's going to be... It's
gonna be different, but it's gonna be rad.
Like Good Neighbor Vice City, like all the different Grand Theft Autos. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like this one's gonna be Grand Theft Auto, or like this one's gonna be Good Neighbor Vice City.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna be cool.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It'll totally, it'll totally fit the vibe of where we're going to.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool. Like I'm excited.
And we're going back to a more open
floor, kind of open floor
We
plan.
don't got little rooms anymore, which is what I want.
We'd be able to eventually, once we kind of like chop through our appointments that we already have, like we'll be able to do a little bit more like walk-in type stuff too once the Rona calms down a little bit too. But
So how's business been with all that going on? Obviously, you guys are back open and been tattooing for several months now. Is it just crazy busy? Yeah, I think you were saying that earlier that
it can.
It's like everybody that got pushed back is now needing to be booked, and obviously you can't have a bunch of people in there just like loitering, hanging out.
Right. Yeah, we definitely appointment only. We can do same day appointments here and there, just depending on what you want. If it's you can't obviously same day a back piece.
Sure.
But if you want to come in and get like a little palm size jammer, a lot of times we can find a spot for you in the day.
I don't know. I saw Hunter came in. Y'all had like a 2-man crew working on his back.
Yeah, I sure do. I was about to say we have a big project on Hunter's. Only got like maybe like less than 2 hours.
I haven't seen him in
done.
a couple months.
You know what I mean? But it's like we're just
Lucky
rounding out
you.
that last 2 hours. You know what I mean? But it is absolutely. I did the right side and Paul did the left side, and you know what I mean? Like you have to tell people that 2 people did it, don't you?
So
like you
gnarly.
look at it and you're like, "What do you mean 2 people did it?" You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. So staying busy.
Anyway, yeah.
It's been
yes.
Mine is busy. Mine is like my
Jay's
next available
fancy.
day is like because I watch my kid.
Jay's not available until this time next year.
Mine is like.
I saw on your page like booking for January, February.
Right.
Yeah,
next
it
year.
is. It is
That's
February.
wild.
Yeah, I have like 1 day in December and 1 day in January, and then I took off like right after New Year's Day because I plan on being like hungover, and then I plan on moving all our stuff into the new place. Like I've allotted this much time to be off. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
to move again.
I
and then
hope
get back
that
to work.
it's move. You know what I mean? Because I do. I have appointments the day after we leave. Like you know what I mean? Like I hope that we pack up everything.
I haven't booked
And then-
anything for December because I don't want to have to move people around us moving.
And January's already full. You know what I mean? Like we have to have this new place going so I can be doing tattoos in January.
Or we're gonna be
Crunch
tattooing
No
out of
pressure
here.
there. Yeah.
Or can I borrow this room?
Yeah,
for,
we're just gonna
a couple
tattoo out of
hours
here.
a day?
Go to the basement. Yeah, we can work out some kind of deal.
That's right,
Yeah, we'll
that's
talk
right.
about that after.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of any other shops around town that have had this kind of trouble finding a place? You know, or are y'all just cursed?
I think we're just cursed.
Yeah. Well, and it's just
We're,
there's something we like.
we run
getting in on
our
a
shop a
place.
certain way. Other
Yeah.
shops run theirs a certain way. So everybody's going to kind of find what works for them.
Gotcha.
Because Aaron and Justin, they've been over at Sanctum in that location for a good while. Seem to like it.
It
and
is
all
the
that.
same.
Seems
They're
to work
making
for
the
them.
same thing over again, guys. Like ever how much that we're talking about Cave 9.
Yeah, that
Tattoo
shopping strip right there
tattoo
is
shop, that
so
whole
rad
little
now.
strip,
They're-
and it's
yeah, the whole
AP.
renovation, all
yeah,
that whole
That's what I'm
area.
That place
saying.
is so
They're
cool
making
now.
the whole scene their own little island
Yeah,
again.
you got
man.
Moms and
There's gonna be-
Sanctum and Newman.
There's going to be a
and-
Jenna
I mean,
kid that is like 15, 16 years old going into Orr, getting their haircut at Seasick, buying an album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are going to come up on in that store.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And it's nuts.
Yeah, we moved over here right before, like, I think Mountain High was still over there, and then there wasn't much else. And,
Yeah.
then we've been in this house for like 4 years now, and so we've kind of seen it change over the years, and it's awesome. Just
Yeah,
being right
yeah.
down the street. It's like a minute away. So
Yeah, that whole shopping center that they're in it's cool now.
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those you just drive by and not even look at, you know.
That's right.
And now it's like, let's stop over real quick, see what
Well, and it's
everybody's
one of
got.
those things
you
like
know?
we were going into Billy Luttrell had the Crestwood Collectibles right there where the first Seasick was, and I got one of those $5 haircuts from Newman.
Yeah.
Like I was one of those dudes, and there was no AC in either building, and you would just sit there and
brutal.
just sweat.
God.
I remember being like 15, like number 15, and he's on like 4. And I could just sit there, you know what I mean? Like in this non-air conditioned.
Oh,
like I've
dude.
looked at every album in here
The
twice.
hustle, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my god, I forgot how small the
And
collection
then
was. then,
all
too.
the crazy haircuts they talked about, like, I don't think you'd understand what a zero faded. Like, I did all of that. I had every one of them.
He was.
They would, you know
he
what I
didn't
mean?
know.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what it looks like. Yeah.
See, I'm talking about, like, I had hair to where they would touch my chin and then zero fade all the way around. It was just,
I don't think I'm brave enough to.
well, no, I would just ask for stuff and I didn't know what I was getting.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I was
gotcha.
asking, he was like, okay.
So being in the tattoo community, I was kind of asking about other shops, and I guess there's a good rapport with all the. I mean, you guys probably are in the know with all the other local shops and tattoo
More or
artists around
less,
town.
we have an open door policy for everybody. If you want to come hang out, come hang out. Like,
Okay, I always wonder
you
if
wanna-
it's like more like competitive. Like, oh, we don't hang out with that
Well,
shop.
at the end,
you
of,
know,
the,
or-
at the end of the day, everybody's
like
trying to
those
get
dudes.
paid, but
Sure.
it's easier to do that when everybody's not, fighting with each other. I'm sure there's some people that don't like us, and I can tell you right now, there's some people we don't like, but we still have an open door.
But
You know,
I
come
was
hang
gonna say,
out.
but I can tell you, like, whenever we were getting like, I got tattooed by people in Trustful. I got tattooed by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've gotten a tattoo from everybody, and that was like
I've been
part of
tattooed
it,
by
of
over 30 people.
coming up. Like
That's part of the fun.
Sure.
yeah, well, and it was
hanging
just
out with
like,
different folks.
you hear about people that like apprentice at one place and never go see where any of the other people that want the job that they want do in their town.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like I got tattooed by everybody in
Trash can over there.
I'm just
messing this
why
whole
are you
thing
giving
up
me
now. You got the long
I got
arms.
tattooed by everybody. There's several like of the like, because it's kind of like the way the Buffalo with like tattooing in Birmingham. Like there was a lot of front runners and everything. They've already gone off the cliff. We're just in the middle, like looking at everybody. We're getting pushed off the cliff by everybody at the gym behind.
I gotcha. Oh yeah.
You know
like
what I mean?
People
And
coming
it's
in
just
that are
right.
hungry and wanting to get into the industry and stuff.
So
And then
we're in the middle. You know what I mean? Like me and Paul used to tell this. I was like, oh, thank God they let us in to help hold the door closed. Right. We went on that for a long time, but now there's like a large number of newer, younger tattooers in
There's
Birmingham.
a lot in Birmingham.
And
There's a lot.
Any tattoo artists that you guys are really digging or really impressed
and
with?
a couple of them have come in and gotten tattooed, but they all haven't.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
They all have.
I got some of my first like real tattoos that weren't like out of a house and shit, like down at Nonstop. Like I've known Shane and Terry and some of those guys for a while. Like
They've
from,
been
like,
there for.
from like Rampant Speed and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I gotta
Rampant
go, like,
Speed,
yeah,
man.
dude.
You're gonna go there.
Oh,
I'm like,
I will.
damn.
I will.
How many birthday parties did I have at Rampant Speed? Golly.
But yeah, I met those cats down there, and then eventually you get old enough. Terry did some of my first tattoos when I turned 18. So I mean, it was. I had a decent rapport with those guys for a while. There's a couple other guys around town that we're totally cool with, like getting tattooed.
Some brotherly love.
Like absolutely. But there's still a ton of people that tattoo in town that I'm friends with. I ain't getting tattooed by them. Love y'all.
Man. So how did you guys, you said earlier that kind of y'all's style is definitely more traditional based. Was that on purpose? Was that just what you guys learned, or why did you guys kind of go that route as far as
do what you like, man?
American ponies, traditional, man. I guess. Yeah.
No, like we're pretty much technically still a street shop.
Yeah. So how would you define that? What does that mean?
Which means like you'll do pretty much anything that comes through the door.
Yep. Okay.
Like,
does that get on your nerves when people do that? Like, okay, I asked AP.
Can do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's one of those things of you can line up and take your shot, or I can throw the bottle up in the air and shoot it out of the air. Which one do you want?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can do the fucking trick, and don't make me. Yeah. Don't put me in the corner. I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, but I'd much rather line up my shot.
Yeah.
A nice tattoo.
Like me personally, some of that stuff is I want you to walk out happy. You know, like
would you ever turn down a tattoo?
I have all. Yeah,
we all have.
Yeah, all the
time. I want to get Aretha's face on my chest.
Yeah, I got you, dog.
Okay, you do that? Okay.
But, because now I'm able to put it, and I was like, I can do that in the way of that's gonna look like a good neighbor tattoo.
Who was that?
You know, I'm able to sell you whatever you want, but it's gonna look like that. You know what I mean?
My favorite example. I didn't know who it was at the time, but it's hilarious now. It was like one of the Backstreet Boys' little brother.
One of the,
came into
Carter?
Wicked Ways.
Yeah, came into Wicked Ways.
Okay.
And he wanted some like weird shit on the side of his neck. And I was like, dude, that's going to look like trash. Like just straight up told him that. You know, and he's like, I'll be back later. I'm like, cool. Like, have a better idea. You know, like,
brutal honesty.
Yeah, I mean, but it was just like, this dude has like 50 zippers on his pants and like holes and things. There's like 15 weird looking people behind him and stuff. Man, it was the whole thing was wild. But turns out, is it Nick Carter?
Aaron
Carter?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
God.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You wouldn't tattoo Aaron Carter?
Dude, he wanted like love tattooed on his neck with like each letter in a different font, and I was like, dude, that's stupid. Like, I'm gonna tell you, and like,
oh, that's so wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, usually I'm a little bit,
we've had a couple
little bit nicer.
Dustin Dolin's hand.
Really? No, you didn't.
No, I tattooed a parrot playing a flying V on Colin Provost.
Really?
It's okay. Let's talk about it.
Hold on. Whip it out.
I have a tattoo from Dustin Dollin.
Shut up.
Dustin Dollin tattooed me in Wicked Ways.
Wow.
Can you get it? Can you
got
get it?
my PD.
Oh, piss drunks. Yeah, man. He did that.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude, he was holding that machine like he had never even
Was
seen
he
a tattoo
annihilating
before. Yeah. Dude, not even. He was like holding
it, and the tube's coming out like that.
Yeah, like he's like gripping it like a gear shift, like
Okay.
like, and then like, wait, you mean like this? And it's like, dog, you got tattoos.
You're just like, hell
people.
yeah.
So the Volcom crew just came up to the tattoo shop.
Toy Machine used to come through every once in a while.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say, Toy Machine came
Well, the
through.
Baker guys came through and did a demo over in Vestavia like years and years ago.
Yeah.
Sanctuary.
I was
at that trip?
I was at that demo.
Yeah.
I went to that demo.
But that wasn't the time that
wasn't
he was in
it.
town.
Yeah,
I
Baker
was-
3
yeah.
changed my fucking life.
Dude, Baker 3 was probably one of the best skateboarders ever made. Yeah,
it's a good.
Dollin's part in that was so rad. So
Him
rad.
doing the shot of Jägermeister and then going out of the rail,
Yeah.
50-50 in the rail
Yes.
out of the bar changed my life.
Yes.
Dude,
Set the stand, like you may as well. Have
It
been,
killed
you know.
my ego. I was like, I'm never gonna be that cool.
I knew I was never gonna be that cool, but fuck, man, if you could have had that like on a poster, like in your it would have been.
No,
there,
that was
man.
hanging up in
But
every
right there
kid's
with-
bedroom.
yeah.
And then you're getting tattooed by him.
Yeah, so what was
Yeah,
the deal?
it-
He just
it was
walked in and
very
was just hanging out? Like,
Well, no, they
This is
were
like the second or
vocal-
third or fourth time they've
That's what
been
I'm saying.
through.
Colin
Yeah.
had gotten tattooed before, and then the dude that taught me and Ryan how to tattoo got one of them like a big old bag of weed for the Toy Machine van.
Yeah.
It's like they already knew like to come back here.
They're like, yo, this is the
You know
spot.
what I mean? Yeah. And then it was Volcom, and Colin was on the Volcom thing.
Yeah.
So that's how Dustin got.
Yeah, because
But
there were a pair of Volcom socks out in front of our door.
They
when we
parked
went to
the
open
van in
up.
front of the store. The store opened at 2. They were there before 2. So I walk up and Dustin Dolin's smoking a cigarette in front of our store.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like I am the total fan kid of like walks past,
God. Oh my
unlock
God.
the door, turn and look, and look.
Oh
Hey
shit!
man, we're gonna get tattooed, man. What's going on, man?
Do a kickflip.
Yeah.
Dude,
but then they had
that's wild,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
So what did you tattoo on Dustin?
Yeah.
I tattooed
something on his hand.
something
It
on
was
his
like
hand.
down in here or something.
It was like out here.
Or
It was
out,
like,
yeah, on the side somewhere.
It was like next round or next spot. Next spot.
Next
is what
spot.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right.
To where
That's
you
so
saw
sick,
it while he was
dude.
taking a drink. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, yeah, he was one of my favorite skaters. That's
Absolutely.
so crazy, man.
Absolutely. It's one of my
So on that thread, have you guys tattooed any other famous? I mean, you turned down Aaron Carter; he wasn't good enough. But, any other famous people that just randomly came through?
Eric Anders, UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chase tattooed
Absolutely.
him.
Omar Johnson, who's gotten a couple of not UFC, but what's the other one? Bellator
Pride,
fights.
Bellator, all that.
Gotten a couple of
not
Bellator
familiar.
fights, and then let me think. You know that dude that was in that Too Fast, Too Furious movie that got like the rat
Killed?
bucket on his stomach?
The fat dude.
Yeah, the fat dude. He was on.
Nate, sorry,
I guess
blow
say
torch
fat
on
dude.
your back.
I do remember. He was
the
also
scene.
on Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
And then he, that dude,
The
used
bearded
to-
dude,
yeah,
the
yeah.
big dude.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
That
He
dude's
played.
That
He was
dude
in
used to come
the. He
into
was
the
in
store a bunch.
Batman Begins. He was.
Yeah,
in that
absolutely.
movie. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right,
That dude.
You're right. Absolutely. That dude has come into Vanilla Ice was in the store before.
Mm-hmm.
It was all during whenever the music hall was going.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 Points Music
Yeah.
Hall when it was
Okay.
when it was right next door to 5
Was he
Points
just
Spot.
hanging out?
Well, the folks at the music hall didn't have like a
Enough
copier
cocaine.
printer, copier print, like any of like the office stuff. So it's like we would print out food passes for the music hall. So
Okay.
it's like that was the first time I ever got tased was in the music hall. to
Print
where
out,
it was just
print out
like
food
on a-
passes and
Well, they'd let us
and
in.
the-
You
and
know
the
what I mean?
little kids-
At that point, you knew the entire staff. You know what I mean? They were coming asking for stuff or needing. You
we
know what I mean?
were printing off food passes and homework for the kid at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, we also did that. Yeah. The Chinese restaurant next door, we'd print off the kids' homework.
Y'all really
and
are a
shit.
good neighbor.
Y'all are great neighbors.
That one will rob me a lease.
Those dudes are awesome, but we're not going to lease to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're garbage.
And we've never paid late ever.
Man.
Paid rent.
Oh, well.
on time. Yeah,
But yeah,
Well, hopefully the new spot will work out, man. I'm excited for you guys. I'm gonna be
yeah,
pulling
yeah,
for
it
you.
should be great. Like I said, they actually
They-
hit
yeah.
us up, so I'm looking forward to having somebody that actually wants us there.
Now I know you don't want to tell me too much, but is it your own space, or y'all sharing it with someone else? I mean,
It'll be
like your own shop.
separated.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll-
Yeah,
okay.
it's in the
Yeah.
same structure. We're just gonna have one side, and they're gonna have one side.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So
All
yeah,
right,
very
Sweet,
excited.
man. That'd be cool.
it'll be cool for the customers that have to wait a little while too, if they have to. Plenty to do.
Absolutely.
So
Well, now I'm dying to
Yeah,
know, man.
that's
What- All right, you'll jinx it if you tell me.
no,
so
I
don't
know.
tell
Yeah,
me.
can't say too much.
All right. Well, that's cool, man. So one question I want to ask is, you have people coming in all the time getting tattoos. What are some of the things that some of your clients do that maybe they shouldn't?
The do's and don'ts.
The do's and don'ts of getting a tattoo.
Don't come in wasted.
Do you get a lot of that?
Used to in
Used
5
to.
points.
Yeah, 5 points. It was
it
like
was-
a regular.
Anything that
thing.
came in after like 10:30, 11 o'clock,
my
it
bad.
was
They're drunk.
oh man, it was the worst. And our boss was like, "No, you're doing
He was
it."
hard. Everyone, full staff till close at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we worked from 2 in
And
the
then
afternoon
we
till
counted
2 in
all
the
the
morning.
money, and everyone got paid
And then
after 2 a.m.
we went
And then we would
spent
hit
it
the
all
bar.
at the bar.
And then we would go to the closet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Now, wasn't there like an urban myth that like if you're like really intoxicated and go get a tattoo, you bleed more? Or is there like a
No,
downside?
that's a very true
That's
thing.
true?
Yeah,
Okay.
alcohol thins your blood. So when we're trying to tattoo you, you're bleeding a lot more. So it's trying to push out everything we're trying to do.
well, and it's just like I can tell you, trying to put like a stencil on and trying to tattoo somebody may as well be a DUI test. Because they're just like, hey, I need you
Yeah.
to stand still for me. I'm going to clean up the area. I'm going to put your stencil on. You can go check it out in the mirror.
I
And
can
then
stand
that
still
walk
if
to
you
the
didn't tell
mirror
me
and
to.
back, it like determines like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what we're doing today.
Oh shit.
Have you guys ever
This
had
is my
somebody that
life
was just
right
too
now.
drunk and you're just like, no,
Oh,
man, I
yeah.
can't do it.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
I want a
I've had
spider on
people-
my forehead.
I've had
It's like,
people
no.
that have like
No, I
taken
do that.
medication
We're not doing that.
mid procedure, and then like just,
Whoa.
Dude.
and then it's just like,
You have a lot of people
all right,
faint.
you're done.
You have a lot of
keep
people
going.
faint.
Fainting's
but
here and
it's
there.
not-
It's not uncommon,
Uh-huh.
but it's not it doesn't happen every day.
Okay.
The biggest way to prevent that is eat. Eat before you come get tattooed. You won't pass out, and we won't make fun of you.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Helpful
We don't.
tip.
Good to know.
I don't like it when people set keys on my tray.
Yeah, don't put your stuff on our stuff.
Yeah.
Our stuff is sterile.
Is that your like
Your stuff
sterile
is
work
not.
tray?
Yeah, my little work tray where everything, all your stuff is.
Just toss
you know
their
what I mean?
phone and
Dude,
their keys.
Put their phone and their keys
No,
right there.
this is what they do. They say, "Hey, can I set these here?" Well, you just did. So, sure.
I don't know. I feel like the couple of times I've come to get tattooed by Jay, I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm just talking about nothing you want to hear.
Yeah, we'll
No,
small
man.
we'll small
like,
talk all day.
I'm real. Yeah, I'm
just-
just about to say I can do.
That's part of the job.
It's like, do I just need to be
anything.
quiet,
Yeah,
or do you want me to talk, or
See,
like,
I'm-
you get in the zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. You got to put yourself in like a zone.
Whenever you come off of me being quiet, then it's like, all right, he's doing something. But then you know what I mean. Most of the
Pulling
time,
that
I'll
long,
be able to
straight
catch,
line.
Yeah,
It's like, hold
I'll
on.
say, hey, what'd you just say? Or like, you know what I mean? Like I'll try and
Right.
keep the back and forth going, but I will pause. You know what I mean? Of like,
Well, I want you to pause. I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
you to
that's
take
what I'm
your
saying.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right,
It's-
man.
It's just our conversation and my priority at that present time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's
A lot of times too, I'll play it off of how the person is too. Like if they're being quiet, I'll be quiet. You know, if they don't want to talk, I won't talk. But if they want to sit there and talk the whole time, I'll talk the whole time. It don't.
Sure.
it don't-
well, and that's
don't
the
bother
level
me.
of it of like, you know what I mean? Like I think I tattooed Ryan and I yelled shit real loud. You know what I mean? Like
probably.
Nothing scary.
That's
about
not
that.
something you want to
I
hear.
know it's not. It's not. It's the
Yeah.
absolute worst thing you want to hear ever. But if you're at that level of, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be.
I still
Oh
clean
damn it!
clear.
Oh damn it!
You know?
Oh man! Don't look! Don't
Yeah,
look!
yeah, yeah.
A lot of times, if it's somebody's first tattoo and it's a spot they can't see where I'm tattooing them or something, like I'll be done with the tattoo and I'm like wiping it down. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, that's
Like,
dirty.
Oh, that's
What?
so
Yeah,
dirty.
the word.
bro.
Yeah, it's the word. Yeah, the worst word you could ever hear is
Yeah.
whoops.
And the,
Yeah, yeah.
you got to earn that first one. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You got to have fun. It's a good story, you know. But
cool, man.
but yeah.
So how is it getting locked into those long sessions? Because I know, like we talked to Newman, it's a 15-minute haircut in and out.
Right. Yeah.
Tattoos.
He's good like
Well,
that.
yeah.
What's the longest? What's the longest session you guys have ever done? Like one single session?
Me personally, it's no comparison to Jay's, but I did 7 hours on this dude's stomach. Like stomach ribs area or whatever.
Ow.
And then after that, like he was bummed, I was bummed. Like my back hurt, his side hurt, blah blah blah, this and that. So after that, like if it's gonna take more than like 4 or 5 hours, then usually try to like break it up into sessions at that point. But yeah, Jay
I was gonna say,
ruined
the
my old
longest per-
roommate's
Yeah, yeah.
life.
The longest person I've ever tattooed is Stephen Bradford, which is another person that's like he's a bartender and everything, but he'd be a really good guest. But I've tattooed him for like 13 hours straight.
God.
Yeah, and we would smoke cigarette. We were at the tattoo convention and the first tattoo convention in Huntsville.
Oh, okay. So a little
Yeah.
bit of like we need to get this.
Had
done.
But
to.
also there's there's supply companies there too, like trying to sell us products and everything. So like
Get us to carry their stuff.
every
and
every one of
yada,
them has
yada.
a different like numbing agent or cream or spray or you know what I mean. Well, Steven would just like coat himself like if you're misting yourself with cologne. Like I would go like to go change a color, and he's like misted it like this, you know, like with every product.
Numbing
we get our
himself
hand
up.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it going, man. Keep
Yeah,
it going.
absolutely. And we're smoking cigarettes at the top of every.
I didn't even
hour.
know that was
Half
a
that
thing.
stuff doesn't even work.
I was about to
Half that
say.
stuff doesn't even work.
Do people
does,
use
yeah.
numbing creams a lot or request it?
Sometimes
Rare.
it's like a placebo-y thing, but
That's
I
what I was
have it.
You
Dude,
missed them with some water.
Man, I got CB. I have a
Pretty much.
CBD cream too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If
Well,
you're
yeah.
into that, but you know what I mean. Like it's
Half of it's just snake oil.
It-
yeah, I would think so.
I mean, it's whatever. There's some stuff that works pretty well, but I'm not telling. And it
Yeah,
works out
there's
pretty good. But
different-
I mean,
yeah.
I've probably had the same numbing stuff for like a year. Like I rarely use it. You know, it has to be some like extreme. Like I have to finish this today.
Well, it's
you know.
my level of it is. I don't think this person's gonna make it. I need one more hour.
That's what I'm.
And
That's
then
what
you
I
hit
mean.
them with the cream.
And
Yeah,
then you hit them
yeah,
with this.
absolutely.
I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I would get up, smoke a cigarette, come back, and then get my last hour.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta
Next
do.
time I get a major back piece, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Hour 6 or hour 12. Oh, Jay, you got to hit me with the numbing cream, man. I can't. I'm not gonna make it.
We do a lot of it's, even back with all that. Dude, the people throwing their keys like on our stuff, like drinks and whatever, and like just throw them wherever. But then
my biggest thing is like it's almost like a demographic. Like the person that's too drunk to be here probably brought a drink with them and is probably going to spill it. Do you get what I mean? Like they're all the same person.
Yeah. They
you know
always
what I mean?
spill it.
Whatever,
They
you know
always
what I mean?
spill it.
Yeah, yeah.
Luckily, most of the time it's in the
all-
lobby. Like so we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
It's
but
not a
then,
Mr.
you know what I
Pibb,
mean? The whole
you know?
the whole lobby smells like liquor now.
Yeah.
You know, and it smells like Malibu rum. You know,
people just trying to be sneaky. You know, a lot of times.
I'm here to party, man.
But it's like, it's like I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna get one on them.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd never seen this one before.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like-
This isn't a regular Mr. Pibb.
Right, like I'm obviously not gonna go around cup checking everybody. You
well,
know,
that's
but
what
it's
you had.
like,
You had a client the other day that was just like, I was in my room and he goes, "Man, y'all care if I have this beer in here?" And I go, "Man, I did until you just yelled."
Yeah.
I didn't. You could have walked right past me. I'd have never known you'd had a beer in your hand. But now that you've said it,
Does that break some
you
kind
did
of
it to
rules?
yourself.
Can you
Yeah.
bring alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
into it? That's
well,
okay.
obviously you're immature and you can't hit. Like,
But I mean, there's no like law against like drinking in a like. Why don't we see more bar / tattoo parlors? Can you do that?
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you're asking if there's a rule. There's not really a rule.
Okay.
That's like
It's
a
all-
bad
well, and
combination
it's
of
just-
bar and
The
tattoo
way that
parlor.
let's say the
I don't know.
The health
Just
department
thinking outside the box.
blatantly says like under operator's discretion. So
Okay. So it's y'all's.
it's everything that
Yeah.
we're okay
Shop
with.
rules
You know what I
and
mean?
But a
So
lot- a
whenever
lot of
someone
times-
goes over that line, we're like, hey, we're not okay with this. Anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I would imagine
yeah,
most
yeah.
shops probably don't encourage drinking.
No,
No, not at all.
Absolutely.
a lot of
not.
times, like back when we worked in 5 Points,
But we're all adults.
there's bars.
You know, we're asking you to be an adult. You're
Yeah.
making a life decision. Do I care if you have to have a shot before you do this? No, I don't care at all.
That's what I'm saying. Back
because
when
you're an adult.
back
You
when
know?
we were, yeah. Well, back when we were in 5 Points, it wasn't uncommon at all to there's bars everywhere in 5 Points.
Next door.
Somebody'd be
Yeah.
like, "Hey man, do you mind if I go take a shot real quick before we start?" I'm like, "Dude, you got 5 minutes." You know, like
sitting on my tray.
go
I don't
take-
care what you do
Yeah.
from now till you got to be back at this time.
yeah,
Because
go take your
we
courage
had
shot.
other
but-
people that would be like that. It was like, yeah, man, I don't care, and then be gone for an hour and a half.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
God, the prison
You'll get
guard.
lost.
Do
at
you
the bar.
remember that?
prison
Do you-
guard.
Yeah.
Good God, dude was super rad. He brought us all sorts of little trinkets from prison, like shanks and
The
shit.
prison guard.
Yeah, we used to, like tattoo this prison guard. And,
Oh,
but-
what a dude! I want to talk to that guy,
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh my
I tattooed
gosh.
plaid on him.
Yep.
Okay.
I
There
love
we
this
go.
shirt so much. Can
Yeah.
you just like give it to me?
But it's like ever how much like
It
you know what
was
I mean?
like the weirdest little patch.
But it
too.
looks great.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It turned out
But
well.
no, that dude was super rad. But he'd be like, "All right, man, I'm coming by tonight." And I'm like, "All right, cool." This is before we like had appointments and blah blah. You just kind of walk in. It was just like, "Yo, I'm coming by." I'm like, "All right, rad." So we knew that dude would always come in and get like 3 or 4 tattoos at a time.
Well, they pick out what all you want. Well, you had to draw all of it. Well, what is he going to do in the time that it takes you to draw it?
He's like, "I'm gonna step across the street for a second." So an hour and a half later, he'd come back and he's like,
You got it drew in 45 minutes.
Yeah, and he'd come back in and just be like, "Yeah, I just pounded like 6 beers, took a couple shots," but like you couldn't tell with him, like you couldn't tell, like he was
Super mellow.
He was pro.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like-
and that's
was
the whole
pro.
thing about it. I can't tell a pro that he can't do what he can do. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So
But,
that that dude coming in,
because the pro's going to do it regardless, whether
Yeah.
you tell him no or not.
but that
Oh,
dude
yeah.
that dude coming in, he could hold his own, and all that. We didn't have to babysit him. We didn't have to do any of that crap. So that wasn't an issue. But then you have, UAB Kelsey come up to get her ears pierced.
And we get a
Maybe
mob
yours.
vomit out of the lobby
And then
at 20th
and then
Street.
she's yakking all everywhere, and like
Well, she hadn't
off of
even-
one
she hadn't
flirtini,
even
and
gotten her
like,
nose pierced
Kelsey.
yet.
She's got all her friends with her.
right. So,
Step it
Bring it
up.
in the lobby.
Step it up, UAB Kelsey.
but
Come
it
on.
has totally given us like that insight to people, though. Like we can
Oh,
usually
that's
somebody
the-
like
you know what I
somebody
mean?
rolls up to the shop and like none of us know him. We're like, that's a piercing. It's like, or
You could just read people.
Oh yeah, we just know right away. But God, man, yeah, 5 Points was the worst of the whole drunk thing.
Yeah,
so
I was
much.
gonna say once we got on to Highland, that was not a thing.
Yeah,
like
no.
whenever we opened,
A little more
Highland,
high-end
they brought
clientele
us-
there.
Yeah,
You
they
know.
brought us champagne opening weekend. Like,
Yeah, Hot and Hot brought us
champagne.
like we were homies with
Dude,
the.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that Chris Hastings?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Hastings. I never say it
Hastings,
right.
yeah, Chris Hastings.
Yeah, but it was like no.
But yeah, I was about to say we were homies with the manager at the time, and he'd bring you all up like that French press coffee.
You
and
know,
like,
Hot and Hot has their own community, or not? It's not community. What was it? It's the line.
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
They just got pulled. They're really downsizing.
the Royal
right now.
Cup?
Yeah, Royal Cup.
Royal
They have
Cup.
their own Royal Cup blend of coffee. Hot and Hot Fish Club
Whoa.
has their own. And they would bring it out on a French press, and then sometimes we were lucky, and they would bring it up on a cart to me and Paul, and it was. That's what I'm saying.
And if I was lucky, they brought up like whiskey.
I mean, and then we'd bring the cart back down to them. You know what I mean? Like it would.
Yeah, we were really good with everybody out there for a long time. We had a really good relationship with everybody up there.
As good neighbors are.
Good times, man.
Well, and it's just we did that 24-hour Friday the 13th there on Highland, and the package store called the cops on us.
Really?
After.
Because
you know what I mean?
Can you tattoo 24 hours, or is there a rule y'all have to close?
No, we're talking about people we put too many people in the parking lot, and they got mad at us.
Technically,
there were people.
Technically, there was only one of our customers parked in front of the liquor store, and
everybody has their own designated spots. They shut it down. One person of the. There was people that waited.
We tattooed over 260 something people that day.
Yeah.
Damn.
In 24 hours.
That's crazy.
There was people building garbage sculptures outside.
Like Burning Man and shit.
Yeah. we had
it's like a festival going on.
Yeah. We had a band come and play. There was a band.
We rented out the empty spot next door.
What year was this?
Yeah, when did this happen?
I never heard. Yeah.
I don't remember.
17?
Yeah, of what year of Good Neighbors?
That's what I'm saying, like 2007. Oh, yeah.
Good Neighbors Parking Lot Festival. We got to make it out.
Yeah,
next time y'all have that.
We rented out the spot next door that was empty. It used to be VL Nails. Mm-hmm. It was lovely nails to begin with.
Dude, and their vinyl said eyebrowning.
Yeah, they do eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
Yeah, they do eyebrows. It wasn't. They did.
Funny story about that spot. If anybody remembers that spot, it was called Lovely Nails to begin with. And every time a letter would fall off of their sign, they would rename the business. So by the time they left, it was VL Nails.
VL Nails.
Where they were just scrape. It was like the nick all over again, where they just scrape letters off the vinyl.
Instead of the wood nickel, you end up with the nick. It's pretty much that's how they ended up. But yeah, as soon as
and they did eyebrowing.
And they did eyebrows.
Yeah.
And as soon as we moved in, they moved out.
Yeah.
They got out of there before their lease was up. As soon as we saw the tattooed fellas move in.
We had Lost Dog. Or no, I'm sorry, not
nope.
Lost Dog. No,
Sure didn't.
Not the name of that band.
Steel City Jug Slammers.
Oh yeah, Jug Slammers.
That's the band that played.
Yeah, cool dudes.
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of those guys.
Who's the dude that works on the choppers on stuff all the time?
Steve.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Dixiana Co. or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I won that recent raffle. I won
second
place. I didn't win the bike.
You didn't win the bike?
Yeah.
You got like $200 though.
Yeah,
that's pretty rad. No, I saw him he was hustling that raffle.
I did. I got second.
Was that the what was it?
That's a dude you ought to have on too.
What was the bike he was raffling?
The Yamaha,
the first Virago.
The Virago, yeah.
The first one he built. Mm-hmm. Not the one he built
Not
for
the Biltwell one.
People's Champ.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he win that or runner up or got really close?
No, People's Champ.
Oh man,
he got shut down because
he was disqualified because he couldn't make the bike crank on inspection.
It was like
but then he got it to crank like a 50 cent. Like
it was a 50-cent part.
He got it to crank
or something like that.
It was some.
He missed the deadline by a faulty part.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
Yeah, I've talked to him once or twice. I'm not like homies with him, but yeah, he'd be cool.
Where I grew. Where I grew up in Trustful.
Into this mic all night.
I've been trying to turn my head.
No worries, man. No worries.
I grew up in Trustful. Jared from Steel City Jug Slammers and Steve Bate and Nick Bate all lived in the same apartment complex.
And they all skated and stuff.
Yes. Guess who was in the very same apartment complex? Ben Gilly.
Oh,
so,
okay. Cool.
Yeah, we're 12, 13 years old pushing Mongo and shit through the apartment complex.
You got Alabama's pro skateboarder.
This is before he was like Flow with Label or anything like that. And it was like he would always come out and skate with us. And it was so cool because like we're just out skating in the parking lot. Every once in a while we'd skate down the street to Hewitt Trustful. We'd skate like the 2-stair or some shit out there. And Ben would always come with us and just be nice as could be. And then like one day me and Jared are in school, like probably skipping class or some shit, looking at Thrasher. And it's like,
he's on label. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Ben. What? And it was like 411 VM. You all remember those?
Yeah.
And there was an ad for like Label Kills or something, like a video ad, and like Ben skating there. I was like,
my personal.
Hey,
I don't know,
dude,
man.
We hang out with. You know, like we didn't have a clue.
Yeah, Label Kills
then,
holds
like,
a very special place in my heart,
dude. And Label Live, like they were right there with like Label Live and Blackout.
Blackout was good.
Blackout was tight.
Well, dude, thank you guys for coming on, man. It's been a blast. And,
that was fun. Super fun.
Hopefully we can get some more people on there. Or we got to get Paul and Zach, man. Maybe next time.
The
other half of Good Neighbor.
Some of the other guys
they
in
very
here.
well could give you a whole other episode.
stuff we couldn't even touch on because it's not our story.
We'll try to line that up. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.